y'all. Shay here. Thank you for joining me for this week's Whip and Chat. WIP, W-I-P, stands for Work in Progress. So my current WIP is a diamond painting. I was working on this last week. I'm on the very last row, so I think I'll be able to finish it, and we probably won't see it next week. I'll probably pull back out my fall painting that I have from Craftibly. But how is everybody? How are you? You doing okay? Let me know down in the comments how you are. I like to treat these as an opportunity for us to catch up once a week, and I want to know, how you guys are, and I update you on what's going on with me. So definitely, let me know down in the comments how you are and what you've been up to and what you did during this time. Here lately, I've been walking in the mornings after the kids get off to school, and I've been listening to Whip and Chats while I walk. So they've really been helping me get through the monotonous of, because I'm just walking through my neighborhood over like the laps and over and over and over around the same lap, the same loop. And so the Whip and Chats have really come in handy. So, you don't have to be diamond painting. You can be doing whatever you want to do. Let me just, help you, pass the time and just hang out, right? This is our opportunity. So it is Wednesday, so it's hump day for me. And it's Thursday for you if you're watching this the day that it comes out. And yeah, it's Whip and Chat day. What's the date? It is Wednesday, September 13th, and it is 10:25 in the AM. So let's talk about what I'm using. I am working on, as you can see right here, a Craftibly painting. It's called Raven Moon. And I'll go ahead and pop up a picture somewhere in one of the corners and kind of leave it there. I might put it right here in this corner. We'll see when I edit. That way you can see the entirety of the image. Loving it. It's very confetti heavy. There are 66 colors. 66 colors, and it's only a 45 by 45. So I thought I'd be done with it by now, but the detail in it is just unbelievable. I wish I could show y'all a little bit more. Let me show you. Here's the bird. I mean, look at the detail in this raven. I mean, look at all this confetti right here. And it's just, I see why. And you can see the ABs right here. It's just beautiful, this branch. So I've really enjoyed it. The moon, it has glow-in-the-dark drills in it. And I actually had forgotten about the glow-in-the-dark drills. And a couple nights ago, I turned off my lights to be finished for the night. And it was glowing. I was like, Lou, I told my daughter who's 11, I'm like, come here, come look at this. But there's glow-in-the-dark. Wherever you see the white, there's some glow-in-the-darks. So it's really cool. I really like it. Ooh, I just see two symbols I missed in the crow. There's two little down arrows. Let me just do those real quick. I thought I already finished that one. Again, it's pretty confetti heavy, so it's easy to miss some things. But yeah, so that's the painting I'm going to be working on. It's a Craftibly painting, and it is a round. I've worked on several rounds back to back, so I'm kind of looking forward to working on a square again. But that big fall one that I'm working on, Autumn's Golden Moments, is also a round. So my next painting, I hope, will definitely be a square. I do like both. So yes, and then I'm using my Munimade tray. It's a 3D printed tray. She does have a website, and I'll have all these folks linked down below. Oh, and then I am a Craftibly affiliate. I have an affiliateship with them, so I have a discount code if you've never ordered from Craftibly before. They are having a sale, so if you want to use my code SHAY20, you'll get 20% off. And then if you're a returning customer, I do have a link, and you can use that link if you're going to order anything from them, and I may earn a small commission. So thank you in advance if you use either one of those. I really do appreciate it, and so does Craftibly. So yes, I've got my Munimade tray, and then I've got my Lexi Sparkle Craft Trinket tray here, and it's resin. Love it. And then let's see, my pens are, this is from Peachy, and again, I'll have everybody linked down below. This is a captive ring pen, and then I have a Butterfly Effect Wears pen. So I kind of just switch off from both depending on if I want a 7-placer or a 4-placer. It hasn't been a lot of 7-placing, so I've been using this pen quite a bit. So this is probably what I'll use. When I'm placing ABs, I use this one. I do have micro glue dots in my single tips. And then I have Mary Mud and Cinnamon Toast in my multi-placers. And then I have my black tweezers from Diamond Art Club. And then I have my white ceramic cutter that I use to cut back the sections of the plastic and, through the washi tape. Oh, and the washi tape is from Simply Gilded. I had someone ask me that in the last video in the comments. It's a thinner one. They have 2 different sizes, and this is one of the thinner ones. I don't remember the dimensions, but it is from Simply Gilded. Yes. Speaking of Simply Gilded, they just came out, I think it was last week or this past week, with their Halloween tape, and I really wanted to order some, and by the time I got to it, it was sold out. So, but they are talking about doing a re-release, another release, because it was so popular and it went so fast. So yeah, let me grab a color. So that's what I'm working on. I am using my Elizabeth Ward storage containers. This is actually the dupes of Elizabeth Ward. I can tell because I think it has the little holes right here. I don't think the real ones have those little holes. I got these from Craftibly. They're sold out right now, but yeah, love my Elizabeth Ward. I like Elizabeth Ward and I like Harbor Freight. Those are like my two go-tos. I'm not using a cover binder because at this point I'm just cutting the plastic off and there's nothing to hold back. I'm just peeling it right off and tossing it. So yeah. Yeah, so where are we at, y'all? So I picked a color. Thanks for being here. I really do appreciate it. And again, let me know how you are. I've been feeling a lot of love lately. I always feel it from y'all, but I feel like I don't tell you enough how much I appreciate you and how much you guys mean to me. So everyone that's, you know, clicked that subscribe button and has liked and commented and comes to my live streams and all those things, and that supports me, I just wanted to say thank you. And I don't know, I've just been kind of in my feels lately about the channel, and I'm loving this journey and I'm really enjoying myself. So it's been a lot of fun. I've been kind of introspective lately about some things. I was, you know, I did my live this past Sunday, and I kind of get in my own head sometimes about my lives and about videos too, but especially the lives. I don't know why, but live streaming, you have to be, I mean, you have to be pretty vulnerable, and you have to really put yourself out there. It's live. There's no editing. It's raw, you know, it's again, unedited. You're just there. And I do it every Sunday pretty much. So if you didn't know, please join us every Sunday at 4 Central Standard Time. But after this last live, it was great. I had a good time. A lot of people were on there. And I got off and I was watching another live, and I don't know, I just started getting into my head about, as far as, am I doing a good job? And I'm not looking for y'all to tell me I'm doing a good job. Y'all are amazing, and you always give me so many nice comments. I don't know, you can just start to self-doubt, I guess. Maybe I don't know if that's the right word, but or it's like, you know, the FOMO, is it FOMO? No, not FOMO, imposter. Yeah, FOMO is fear of missing out. I don't have that really. It's the imposter syndrome. I still don't feel like I know what I'm doing, and why are so many folks coming to my live when, you know, it's me. Why would you want to come and see me? That kind of feeling, you know? And you just start second guessing. And I had those thoughts again of like, maybe I'll stop my lives. Should I keep going live? I don't want y'all to get, you know, burn out on me, and I don't want to get, you know, burn out on everything else. And I just thought, gosh, why am I? So sometimes it creeps up, that self-talk, and that negative self-talk, I guess is what it is too, is, you know, am I doing a good job? So I don't know, y'all. It happened. I was thinking about it all Sunday night. I couldn't sleep very good. It was like, I had a dream about it. I was like, what is going on? So it just kind of stuck in my head. And again, nothing wrong happened during the live, but it's always that what if, you know? And there's a lot of creators that don't go live. And I thought, I don't have to if I don't want. It's not like a requirement, but I enjoy it. So, but I do struggle with, you know, putting myself out there and being so vulnerable during, that's a tough word, by the way, vulnerable during lives. Because you are getting to see the real me, right? There's no editing, like I said, and it's, I'm feeling however I'm feeling that day. And you have to be okay at that day and that time every Sunday. So yeah, I thought about maybe taking a break this Sunday, and I might do that. So, but I'll let y'all know if I decide not to go live. I thought maybe I just need a break and I'll be feeling good again. I thought about also doing some pop-up lives. One of my friends here on YouTube suggested that, you know, I do that too, just to kind of keep that organic feeling of just, you know, whoever's around, pop in, kind of a smaller group feel. So yeah, we might do that. So be on the lookout for those. But yeah, I'm good. Things are just, so my hubs, let's see. My hubs is in China. The hubby's in China. I took him to the airport last Sunday. He's going to be gone for 2 weeks. So, you know, just kind of taking care. Now, he does travel every week, so I'm used to him being gone. But for 2 weeks is a long time. Lou asked me the other day, she's like, do you miss Dad? We were backing up out of the garage, and his car was there, and I think that's what reminded her of it. And I said, yeah, I do. I'm like, of course I do, you know, but you still got to keep on, you know, keeping on and keeping everything together. And, you know, we've been eating glutinous meals because my husband is gluten-free. So that's one thing last night we had cheese raviolis and those are not gluten-free. So, you know, things like that. I'm just trying to, you know, we're having a good time. We're doing what we got to do without Dad. So yeah. So let's rewind. Let's go back to where we ended off last week. Okay. And let's see. I did want to say thank you for all the concerns from my last whip and chat for Jasper, one of my puppies. Well, he's not a puppy anymore. One of my doggos. He is doing great. He's been taking all of his medicine. We're still on it. He's going to be on it for a long time. It feels like 10 days, but everything's healing up and he's looking good and he's feeling fine. So thank y'all very much for all the concern. And I also wanted to update you on, Ryan, because I know I told y'all all about the colonoscopy and, endoscopy. I think that's what it's called, where they went down his throat drama that we had and how all that went. I did get a call. It was exactly 2 weeks to the day. And I was starting to get a little nervous because they said it would take 2 weeks to give us the results. And sure enough, 2 weeks to the day, I got the call. And they just left me a voicemail. And they said they got the biopsy results in. And it looks like he does have acid reflux. And so they had already called in some medication that he's been taking. The day of the colonoscopy, they called in a couple things that she was already kind of suspecting it was. And she's like, just keep taking that. And we'll see you for the follow-up at 8 weeks. So yeah, it was nothing. And the colonoscopy, of course, came back. She told us that day that everything looked fine, but we were just waiting for the other results. So the poor guy has acid reflux. So he is on different medications that he has to take. He takes a probiotic in the morning and then another one. And then of course, you know, we've got other medicines. So he's got a little pill box of stuff. Cause you know, he does, you know, as y'all know, if you've been following me for a while, he does struggle with, you know, mental illness. And so we've got him on a couple different things that he takes in the morning and at night. We just recently added Wellbutrin to his medications, and we're seeing if that's helping. So he takes Zoloft at night and then he takes Wellbutrin in the morning. So yeah, he seems to be helping. Our only concern is his weight. We just want to make sure that we don't have him on anything that's an appetite suppressant, because that's one of the things he struggles with is his weight. He's just, you know, on the thinner side. So yeah, but I'm glad we got the results back. Everything is good. So thank y'all for following up. I know I've had, you know, someone ask, how is he doing? Did I miss something? And I'm like, actually, I didn't know yet, you know, so I wanted to update you guys and let you know he's doing good. So yeah, all is good on that front. Let's see. Last time we talked was Wednesday/Thursday. So on Thursday, I met up with Jo Atwood, one of my subscribers. She lives not too far from me. So we decided to meet in the middle, and we both drove. I think she had to drive a little bit further than I did. I drove about 20 minutes and she drove about 25 minutes. We met and went to Ollie's. And I did do an Ollie's video, if y'all have seen that. I found some books that you diamond paint the cover of. There's a Wizard of Oz one. There's Peter Pan, Cinderella, Aladdin, and I want to see if there's more. Someone said there might be an Ariel one, a Little Mermaid one, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need that one in my life. So I'd like to collect them all. So first we met for lunch. We met at Olive Garden, and she is just the sweetest, funny, great to hang out with. I mean, I definitely want to get together with her again. We're going to do it again, and really, really enjoyed hanging out with her and talking. I could have sat there with her all day and just caught up. She's so interesting and has the coolest stuff. She told me that she's got not just one craft room. Sorry, Jo, I'm giving all your information away. Not one craft room, but 2 craft rooms. One upstairs and one downstairs. I was like, get out. So it was so fun to talk about diamond paintings and our families and, you know, grandkids and her. It was just, we had a great time. And so we got to know each other. We did have a little glass of wine, so that was nice. And we did the all-you-can-eat soup, salad, and breadsticks. And I'd never had the soup before that she had recommended. And I don't remember the name because she ordered for me. But yeah, the soup was awesome. And yeah, we were talking so much, we didn't even eat that much. We didn't even get more soup, salad, or breadsticks. And even though it was all you can eat, we just went through the first one they brought us. We never asked for seconds because we were just having so much fun talking and just, you know, catching up. and she did treat. So I owe her a meal. So next time we get together, Joe, I'm buying. So it was so, so nice of her. And then we walked over to Ollie's. It was in the same parking lot, but it was like 105 degrees out. So it was blazing hot, but we walked over there because at first I said, do you just want to drive? And she's like, no, we can walk. I'm like, okay. I wasn't sure, if she was going to want to walk or not. And so we walked over there, and Ollie's, it was our old Toys R Us that they had turned into an Ollie's, and they didn't really change anything because as soon as I saw it, I'm like, this is a Toys R Us. I mean, I have 3 kids. I spent a lot of time at Toys R Us, so I knew exactly what it looked like. And we went in there, and it was just overwhelming, you guys. It is so big. The one we went to was huge. I don't know if they're all that way, but and if you didn't see the video, it's basically it's like a bargain outlet store. And I guess they get overstock items is what I understand. And so it's always like changing, but they had a little bit of everything. They had home decor. They have tons of books, which is what we got. They have, pillows, and they have food and pet supplies and automotive, you name it, you guys. It was just, it was just so much. We kind of just browsed through there after we found our books. But because at first we didn't see the books, and Joe was like, I'm so sorry. And I didn't expect to find any of the books. I just didn't. I was like, what are the odds? I understand these places, have things at one point and then they don't have them anymore. So I was like, they're probably not going to have them. But Joe found them. And so if you're looking for the books and you have an Ollie's, I've had a couple people ask me where. So Joe thought, and that's where she'd found them before, was in, I think it may have been a different Ollie's that she'd gone to. But she found him in the book section. Well, we were looking in the books and didn't see him there. And then there was kind of like a small arts and crafts section right next to the books, and it was on that end cap. And then we kept going, and then on the other side of that same aisle, maybe the next aisle, it was on that end cap. So go look at the end caps if you don't see them in the book section. That would be my recommendation. But just walk through the whole store. Just browse if you have time. It was a fun store. So yeah, I got those, and then we were together for a couple hours, and then I had to leave because I had to go pick up Lou from school. But it was a great day. It was so fun to meet, it's really, really crazy. It's just, to me, and before she was just a name, right? I mean, honestly, right? That's, you meet people online, but I saw her name and I would see her tiny little profile pic, right? I wish they were bigger, the little thumbnails. That are on YouTube. And so I could see her picture, but very, very small. But now that I've met her, I have a different connection with her, and she is so interesting and so fun and so cool to hang out with. I'm just wondering, like, who else is out there and what's their personalities like, Yes, I've gotten to know, and I know I can't meet everybody. I know that's not, that's impossible, but so fun. So if you're ever in the Dallas area, and you have some time, let me know, message me, and maybe we can meet up for lunch or a little shopping jaunt like we did. And it's just amazing how many cool people are out there, and I've met some really, really nice people in this community, and it's just amazing how y'all are actually real people. And I know that, but not being able to see you in real life, you sometimes forget that, and like I said, it would just be so fun if somehow, some way we could have like a huge diamond painting convention or something in a big convention hall where like everybody could come, and not just a retreat, but something even bigger. That would be super cool. And we could all, meet. It would probably be totally overwhelming though, now that I'm saying it out loud, because I know how I felt at the retreat I went to with just 60, I think there were 60 people. How overwhelming it was when I was the first day when we first got there, meeting everybody and them coming up to you and, oh my gosh, Shay, and then like the hugs and all the emotion and the tears. It's like, oh, it's a lot. So that would probably be a little overwhelming, at least for me. That would be probably a little overwhelming to do like a big diamond painting convention. But yeah, Joe and I had a great time. So like I said, we're definitely going to get together. I've been tossing around an idea for quite some time. And I don't really want to give away too much because it's something that it's going to be a new series. I've already talked to some folks about it, and but Joe really got me thinking, and I was like, okay, I already had this idea for a while, and the more I keep meeting local people, maybe I could make it happen. So I think Joe's going to be in on my idea. And yeah, maybe y'all will get to meet her in one of my videos. A little hint, but that's it. That's all I'm going to tell you guys. We'll have to just wait and see if it works out. Maybe it's something I'll do, you know, next year. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, something I've been thinking about for a while. You know, always gotta, you know, I didn't think I was very creative just in general, but since I got on YouTube, I realized how many ideas start kind of popping up in your brain and how many things you want to do and how many videos you want to create and how fun it is to do the thumbnails. Even the thumbnails are fun. And just, you know, all the different creativity that you can use being a creator. And I didn't think I was creative. And I was like, I guess I kind of am. I mean, obviously not artistic because, you know, this is why I like diamond painting, because it's kind of mindless a little bit, you know, unless you're enhancing on your own, which is a whole nother thing. But yeah, it was really, really fun. We had a great time, you guys. So if you have an opportunity to meet up with anybody locally, I would definitely recommend it, because you never know who's out there and you never know who, you know, you might make a really good connection with. So I got my coffee here. I'm just going to take a quick little sip. All right. So let's see. So that was Thursday. Saturday morning, I had to wake up super, super early to take my husband to the airport. His flight was like at 7 or 8, and it's an international flight. So got up around 6 and drove him to the airport, came home, and then went back to sleep. I was like, I'm going back to bed. This is I only get 2 days in the morning to sleep in, you know, during the week. Because I normally have to get up at 5:45 and 6, like, you know, during the week to get up Lou for school. So I was like, so I went back to sleep, slept for a little bit. It was great. And then let's see, Sunday had the live. And like I said, that was totally fun. I just got in my own feels, you know, about it all. But, you know, it was great. So fun like usual. I love doing them. It was really, really fun. So we did the live. And then Monday, everybody kind of got back to school. And I was like, okay, it's back to my walking, because I haven't been exercising on the weekends. I'm just walking during the week. And what I'm doing is, and I may have told y'all this last week, I kind of get confused sometimes on what I tell my Patreons and what I tell y'all, and my YouTube members. But so, what I do is I walk each of the dogs, a lap around the neighborhood, one time each separately. And then I walk by myself like 3 or 4 laps, whatever equals like 3 miles. So yeah, so I did that Monday morning. And then while I was doing that, I was listening to a whip and chat. I was listening to Katie's Diamonds and Washi, one of my good friends, which if you haven't checked her out yet, please go check her out. I'll have her channel linked down below. She always puts her whip and chats normally out on Mondays, which is great. I love the consistency, and she's very consistent, because that way I was counting on it for my walk on Monday, saying, okay, I want to exercise for about an hour. That's about how long it takes me to do 3 miles. And I'm like, I'll just listen to a whip and chat. And so it's great, because I went to pull up her channel, or to pull up everything I'm subscribed to, and her video had come out 39 seconds when I was about to watch it, and had no views. I was like the first person. I was like, yes. So thank you, Katie, for keeping me, if you're listening, thank you for keeping me company while I did my exercise. So I walked, but during her whip and chat, she talked about Trader Joe's. So Trader Joe's, if you're not familiar with it, it is a grocery store. And I know that when we used to live in California, they were out in California. They're everywhere there. But we didn't have any in Texas. But when we moved back here, they finally got one. It's not real close to my house. It's about 20 minutes away. I know it doesn't sound very far when I say it, but I stay in my little bubble. I really don't go, if I really don't go anywhere more than like 10 minutes away. But after listening to her whip and chat, she was talking about the fall stuff at Trader Joe's, and I was like, oh yes, because I love Trader Joe's, and I haven't been, and I don't know, about a good 6 months or so, maybe longer. So I was like, and I needed to go to the grocery store anyways. I was like, perfect. I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna go, you know, load up on some stuff. So I headed out to Trader Joe's, and I did take some video for my Patreon. Y'all, they have so much fall stuff. They have a lot of fall stuff. What I'm going to do is, I say it's for my Patreon, but I think I'm going to do, it was a shopping with Shay, and I think it's worthy of showing everybody. Y'all, I shouldn't be keeping my Trader Joe's love to myself. It's a video that I've been wanting to do for a while, but never had done it. And they have everything fall was out. They have, I mean, I'm not going to go through the list. You'll see it in the video, but they even have pumpkin tortilla chips. I was like, get out. What do those taste like? I should have bought them, but Katie was talking about these pumpkin cereal bars that her kids really like. So I bought a box of those and they're already gone. My kids are like, this is like pumpkin pie. And it's like a dessert. It's so good. So those are gone. So I think I'm going to go back and get more and stock up on them. Cause like Katie was saying, it's a seasonal thing. And once they're gone, you know, but definitely be looking for that video. I'm editing it right now. Yeah, so I did a little shopping with Shay, and so you guys will get to see all the Trader Joe's fall seasonal food that they have. I'm just not really sure, and I meant to look it up, where Trader Joe's are, like where in the country, like how many there are and where they are, because I don't want to show you all a bunch of stuff that you can't get, you know? But it's also kind of fun to see what we have, I guess, too, and what they offer. But yeah, I love that store. When we lived in Santa Cruz, there was a really cool one. And what they do there, and I don't know if they all do this, but when the kids were little, I would take them there, and they have this thing where they have a stuffed animal hiding in the store somewhere. And it kept the kids entertained and busy while I was shopping, because they'd be looking for said stuffed animal. So in Texas here, it's an armadillo, and there's a little stuffed armadillo that they hide all around the store. I haven't seen it in a while, but maybe I'm just not looking because I don't have the kids with me anymore. But you would find that, and you would take it, and you'd take it up to the front, and they would give you a lollipop or some stickers, and you would get like a little prize for finding the stuffed animal. But I think it's so smart, because it would keep my kids good through the entire shopping experience, and it kept them, you know, busy, and they had fun going to Trader Joe's because they were looking for, I forget, so it's banjo here, but I forget what the other little animal was. I think it was a cat in Santa Cruz. So yeah, super fun. So did Trader Joe's run, got lots of goodies. And then, so I was out of one of my medications. And so I was dealing with the pharmacy, trying to figure out, you know, first of all, so I had my psychiatrist appointment on yesterday, so Tuesday, right? But I ran out of my Adderall on Sunday. And I'm not like abusing it. I'm not taking more than I should. And I was like, maybe this appointment was like longer than a month. You know, and so I realized it, and sure enough, it was time to get it refilled, but I needed him to call in another refill, because you can't, you know, it's a controlled substance. So they can't just give you a 60-day or 90-day supply, and they don't give you refills on that. You have to have a new prescription. So, yeah, so I went, and so Sunday I sent them a text message, and they're like, and so they didn't answer. Of course, it was a weekend. And then Monday they were like, yeah, we'll send it in. So I got a call from Walgreens, and I didn't answer it because I thought it was them telling me they had it. So I go, and she's like, I don't have anything for you. And I was like, no? She's like, I was like, they were supposed to call Adderall in, and she goes, oh, I do see it here, but we couldn't fill it because we're out. I guess there's a nationwide, and this has happened to me a few different times with Adderall. I guess they have there's a shortage, like a nationwide shortage. And it happens a lot with Adderall, and I almost want to stop. I almost wish I wasn't on it, because it's such a pain in the ass to like get it refilled sometimes. One time I had to call around to all these different pharmacies in the area to try to figure out who had any. And then, so when I talked to the pharmacist, she was like, yeah, you're taking what, 20 milligrams in the morning, 220s. And I'm like, yeah. She's like, we're out of 20s. We only have 30s. And I was like, okay, good to know. So I said, I'm actually going to see my psychiatrist this afternoon, so I'll talk to him about it. So I was thinking about it, and I was like, you know what? I would like to get off of it, right? To see how it feels, because I've been on it for so long. I really don't want to take a lot of medications. I just, keeping up on them and going to the pharmacy, it's just such a pain in the ass. My husband actually is now getting his prescriptions, which is pretty cool. I didn't know they did this, but through Amazon. He had everything transferred from CVS to Amazon, and he's getting them delivered from Amazon. So if that works out, because it's still kind of new, he's only done it once, I might think about doing that. But yeah, if y'all didn't know, that's apparently a thing. And if y'all have used that before, let me know if it's working for you, for your medications. But so I was thinking about it, and I was like, okay, if they only have 30s, that means, what's that going to mean? I need to tell him that's all they have. I don't want to go around to I don't want to transfer it. I don't want to go to another pharmacy. So I was like, awesome. Because right now I'm taking 40 milligrams in the morning. I'm like, what if I only take 130, right? That'll be lowering it. So I went in there and I suggested that to him, and he was like, works for me. We'll try that. And I'm like, awesome. Because when I first started going to this new psychiatrist, I say new, I've had him for about probably about 6 months now, maybe not even that long. My previous psychiatrist had me on the maximum dose of Adderall. I was on 60 milligrams a day, and I would get heart rate alerts all the time. If I was like drinking coffee too, I would get jitters, my hands would shake. Sometimes they still get a little shaky. So I've really been trying to kick it back a little bit. And so when I started seeing him, we brought it down to 40, and now we're 30. So it's good. I'm doing half of what I was doing a year ago. So yeah. But with that appointment, let me back it up and tell you all what happened. So what had happened was this appointment that I had made from the previous month was at 2:30 on Tuesday. And here's the deal. I have to pick up Lou from school. I have to leave the house at 2:40. So how am I going to get done with this doctor appointment in 10 minutes and get to her school? I mean, it is close to the house, but there's no way. I mean, the appointments are pretty quick, but I was like, there's just no way. So Ryan, my oldest, he is going to community college, but he got out yesterday. He got out at noon. So I was like, cool, I'll just have him pick up his sister from school, right? And I even told her in the morning, I said, Ryan's going to pick you up today. And she's like, okay. So I have a little sign with her name on it that we put up in the dash. So when you're getting close, the teachers know what kid's next. And so I even put that on top of his keys by the front door. Before I went to my doctor's appointment, I also went up to his room, and it looked like he was about to fall asleep because he said he didn't sleep good the night before. He stayed up too late. So I said, okay, I need you to set an alarm so you don't forget to pick up your sister. So I saw him grab his phone. I saw him set an alarm for 2:40 because she gets out at 3:05. But the carpool lane can get really, really crazy. And so you got to get there and sit, for 20 or so minutes. And I'm only just, on my phone hanging out. And that's what I told him he'll have to do. And he's like, okay. So he lays back down. I was like, cool. So I go to my appointment, and I even made a comment to the scheduler whenever I was done with my appointment and we were scheduling next month. And she's like, what time? Do you want the same time? I'm like, I actually don't. It's getting a little too close to picking up one of my kids from school. I said, but today I'm actually having my older son pick her up. And she goes, oh, that's nice. So I get in the car, and the appointment was really quick. I was only in there for like 10 minutes. And I decide to give him a ring just to make sure he's waiting in line, right? And that there's no problems. Call once, no answer. Call twice, no answer. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, if he was sitting in the carpool lane, he would have his phone. I'm like, well, maybe he left his phone at home. I mean, it can happen, right? Maybe. So I check his location, and at this point, I'm leaving the office and I'm heading to the school because I'm starting to panic a little bit. And it's probably like 2:55, so she gets out in about 10 minutes. But this is like, 15 minutes after I'm normally there and have left the house and, my normal schedule. Yo, he did not pick her up. He fell asleep and he never heard his alarm, but we totally messed with him. I was so mad. So I get to school. I'm on the way back of the carpool lane. I'm almost on the street. And I'm not happy. I'm calling him and he's not answering. And I was like, oh, he's so dead. I'm like, he's on my shit list. He's in so much trouble. So Lou is starting to look a little panicked because I'm normally not towards the back of the line. Plus, she was looking for Ryan's car. So she gets in the car and she's like, what happened to Ryan? I'm like, I don't know. Good thing I wasn't far away and I was able to get here in time. I said, I'm sorry you had to wait so long. And she's like, no, I was starting to worry because I didn't see you or his car, and I thought y'all forgot about me. I'm like, well, I think he did because he's not answering his phone. I think he fell asleep. I don't know. I said, but he's in trouble. So she was hungry and wanted a snack. So we went to Cane's and I got her like a kid's meal. But while we were in the drive-through line, I said, we're totally going to mess with Ryan to teach him a lesson. I said, I'm already, I'm super mad. I said, but at this point, I was happy she was, I got her, everything turned out, it worked out okay, but still we needed to mess with him. So I said, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go home and I'm sure he'll still be sleeping. And, cause I did send him a text message after I got in the line at school saying, I'm here to pick her up. Don't worry about it. Cause I didn't know if he was going to wake up and then like panic and like run to the school, and I was already there. So, but I'm like, if he's still sleeping and he hasn't checked his phone yet, he's not going to know that I have you. So we're going to totally mess with him. I know, y'all, this is probably really wrong, but I was mad. So I was like, we're going to mess with him and we're going to teach him a lesson. So she's like, what are we going to do? I'm like, okay. So We're going to tell him, I'm going to walk in, I'm going to go up to his room and I'm going to say, hey, how'd it go picking up Lou? Where's she? And she goes, yeah. I was like, I want to see the panic on his face. I want to see what he does. And, you know, when he realizes that he did not pick her up. And she goes, and I'm going to be around the corner and I'll be listening. I'm like, okay. So, and we even went so far to go, oh, because it was overcast yesterday. And I said, oh, maybe we should tell him you had to walk home in the rain while you were crying. And we had this whole story. And she's like, no, that's too much. I'm like, yeah, that's too much. So we decided to tell, you know, just to kind of see how it went with us, you know, saying how to go picking her up. So we come home, no sign of him, walk up to his room, Lou's hiding around the corner, and he's sleeping. So I was like, okay. I was like, I got to put my game face on, right? I was like, okay, got to put my actor's face on. Because at this point I wasn't as mad anymore, but I still needed to like go back to that moment when I realized he wasn't there. I'm like, okay. So I kind of dug into that. So I walk in his room and he's sleeping. I'm like, Ryan, how'd it go picking up Lou? He's still sleeping. I'm like, Ryan, how'd it go picking up Lou? I'm like, where is she? I don't see her anywhere in the house. And he goes, I'm sorry, what? He goes, huh? And he woke up all of like in a panic. And he goes, oh my gosh, y'all. He flew out of his bed and he grabs his phone and he sees it's 4:15. And she got out at 3:05. He grabs his head and he's about to cry. He's about to cry. And he goes, oh my God, I didn't hear my alarm. I'm so sorry. He goes, I said, hey, Lou, because I couldn't do it to him anymore. He was on the verge of tears and he was panicked. And I thought, okay, this is enough. I don't want to do this to him anymore. So I said, Lou, come here. She comes around the corner and she goes, you forgot about me. And he looks at her and he goes, I mean, heartfelt, so heartfelt. He looked at her and he said, I am so sorry. She goes, it's okay. And then she went into her room and closed the door because their rooms are right across from each other. And I just looked at him and I said, he just was like, I'm sorry. I don't know. I said, you know what? I said, I won't ask you again. I said, I can't count on you. Well, it's not my fault, is what he said. And I was like, I said, it's just a shame that I can't count on you, you know, to pick up your sister. And he goes, what do you mean it's a shame? It's not my fault. I didn't. I'm like, you know what? Okay. And we just kind of left it at that. He felt really, really bad. He came downstairs after like a few minutes after I got down here. I was getting her lunchbox out of her backpack and he was like sulking, kind of looking around, kind of like out of it, going, wow. I was just like, you know, really? Come on, dude. So I've only had him pick her up one other time. Because but what if, you know, something happens? But I know what I can do. Because on Monday, about 20 minutes till it was, about 20 till it was time to go pick up Lou, I got a call from one of the moms, one of Lou's friends' moms that also does carpool. And we were like always parked right by each other. And I see her and the girls have done sleepovers and everything. And she's really nice. And she actually called me kind of in a panic on Monday afternoon saying, I'm stuck at Costco right now getting my tires changed. They said I would be done by now, but I don't think I'm going to make it in time to pick up my daughter. Can you pick her up? And I was like, absolutely. So, and I told her, I said, hey, this is great because if I ever get in a bind, because I didn't really have backup. I mean, I don't really go anywhere cutting it that close, but you never know. You know, things can happen. But I thought, oh, I've got Ryan, but no. And I told him, I said, I won't ask you again. And I looked at Lou and I'm like, I'm not going to ask him again because I don't want you to worry. And I would be a mess worrying that he's not going to get you, you know. But it is a shame that, you know, he's sometimes not responsible enough. And yeah, so that happened. Yeah, that happened. But while I was at the psychiatrist, I was telling him, and I've been telling him this for a long time, I feel tired. I feel tired all the time. I mean, I even told him, I said, sitting in your waiting room, waiting for you for like 10 minutes, I felt tired and I felt like I needed to lay down. I said, I feel that way all the time at home and I have to lay down all the time. And I feel like I just don't have any energy and it takes a lot of work to I said, that's why I'm starting to exercise because I'm trying to, you know, see if that helps. And I think it's helping a little bit, but I feel like something's off. I've been too tired for too long and I'm on all this Adderall. It's supposed to hype you up and I drink coffee. I mean, y'all, I'm always tired. And I said to him, I said, I'm thinking about going to my regular doctor, my general practitioner, and getting some blood work done again, because it's been a while. And maybe it's my thyroid, maybe it's something, maybe I'm deficient in something else. And he goes, you know what? I can order blood work. I'll do it. You can do it with me. I'm like, oh, okay. So he put in an order and handed it to me, and it's for all this blood work. And if y'all been following me for a while, you've heard me talk about the blood work before. I'm not a fan of giving blood at all. I've passed out. I've had some awful experiences. I do not like it. And so I was like, what am I doing? What am I doing bringing up this and needing blood work? But at this point, if I can find out what I'm deficient in and maybe what's causing it, then it'll be worth it. I just gotta do what I gotta do, drink all the water, fast, just get in there. And he said I can go anywhere I want. So there's not like a scheduled time. So I'm just gonna go into one of the local labs and just drink a ton of water beforehand, and just try to go in first thing in the morning after I take Lou to school and just get it over with. But yeah, he had a lot of stuff written down that he wants me to have checked. Like, because I told him, I said, when they told me in the past, he goes, you take any vitamins? I'm like, I do. I take a vitamin every morning. I take a B vitamin, a D vitamin, because they were saying I was deficient in those two things. And, but no, it doesn't work. I'm not feeling any better. He goes, yeah, let's check you for, all those things. So it's quite a big panel that he is requesting. But yeah, so I'm going to do that. Hopefully sometime this week. I didn't fast this morning, and I was like, I don't feel like, so maybe tomorrow. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. And I'm sure I'm just going to keep putting it off, but I do need to do it, right? Oh, I need to do it, y'all. So hopefully I'll update you next week. And he said by the time I see him next month, they would have the results back, and him and I could go over it. So that means I've got to do it before I see him in a month. So yeah. What else happened? Let me see. Oh, so Lou had picture day today, and it was a big deal. Last night, she tells me she wants to curl her hair out of the blue. Now, I have naturally curly hair, and I don't do anything with my hair. I don't really ever straighten it. I've straightened it a handful of times, but I don't use a curling iron. I have a couple curling irons, but I've never really used them, and I don't really know anything about hair. Plus, I'm not real girly. And now that I have a girl, I sometimes feel really bad because I was showing her how to use the curling iron, but they weren't staying. It would be curly for a minute, and then it would just like fall right out. And she started crying. I hate my hair, and the whole thing, y'all. Oh my, it was some drama. She stormed off, went into another room, was crying on the bed, closed the door, the whole thing. And I felt bad that she was in there, so I followed her in there, and I'm like, how about we go get some hairspray? Because I don't have any. And by this time, it's like 8:30. It's like 8:30 at night. And she's like, really? We could go get it now? I'm like, yeah, maybe if we put hairspray in it. But I felt like I needed to watch like a YouTube video on like how to use a curling iron and make like your hair stick with, I don't know what I'm doing, y'all. Having a girl, I don't know what I'm doing. A girly girl, and she's super girly girl. And I'm not that way. Yeah, I'm not that way at all. So it's a struggle sometimes. And I feel like I'm not one of those moms that look, make her hair look all cute. I don't know how to French braid. When she was younger and she was in cheerleading, so I don't know how to do any of those things. I'm just not great at it. Makeup, she's got that down now, but hair, I'm just not great with. But she was crying, saying she hated her hair because if y'all remember, we cut her hair off. Oh gosh, it's been a while now, 8 or 9 months ago, because she's got natural curly hair, and she wasn't brushing it out, and she had this awful knot in the back of her hair, and I couldn't get it out. And when we took her to the salon or a kid's place, and they basically chopped off the knot in the back and gave her like this bob, and it was like longer in the front and then shorter in the back. Well, now that's been, like I said, months ago, and it's growing out, and it doesn't look great because she needs to have it recut because it's longer now, but she wants long hair so bad. And she's like, I'm mad at you for making me cut my hair. I said, you weren't taking care of it. She goes, well, when I was 9 or 10 years old, that's your job. I was like, oh, wait a second. She started getting on to me, and I was like, please don't talk to me like that. And we had this whole drama, y'all, the tweens. So we go to CVS, like at 9 o'clock at night, and we get hairspray, and she decides to get a bonnet and she just decides to get curlers. Now these curlers were like these ones that they're almost like Velcro around them. They're not, I saw the little sponge, remember the little sponge ones with like the little clip, you know, that clips them closed. I saw those, and then they had, these are all heatless, right? Just like ones you sleep in. So she thought, I'll curl my hair, I'll put this bonnet on my head. And so like $50 later, we bought a bonnet, hairspray, curlers. So we get home and I'm like, I don't know what to do with this stuff. I'm like, do we do it wet? Do we do it dry? She goes, let's do it wet. I'm like, okay. So then she has to take a shower. Y'all, it was this whole thing last night. She starts putting them in. They're falling out. I grab bobby pins. They keep... So then she starts screaming because she's spraying the hairspray on them, and she's saying they're pulling her hair and it's hurting and she wants them out. We try to get them out and they're stuck in her hair because they're like Velcro. And I'm like, okay, this is not working. So then she wants me to blow dry her hair. So we did that. We blow dried her hair. And then she's like, I'm going to go to my room. I'll be right back. I'm like, girl, you need to go to bed. It is way past bedtime. It's like 10:30 at this point. I mean, she's going to be a freaking nightmare in the morning, a wreck, just for picture day. And I'm like, why is this so important? It's just picture day. I don't even like order those pictures. And she's like, Mom, I'm in 5th grade this year. And 5th grade is in the yearbook. We get a bigger picture because they're like the oldest ones and they graduate, you know, this year from elementary school. And they do a slideshow and they show this picture and it's just really important. And I was like, oh my. Oh, so after that, she goes up and she's gone for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And then she comes back and she's got her outfit picked out at least. She's like, this is what I'm going to wear. I'm like, oh, great. Now go put your pajamas on. So, oh, you guys, having a girl sometimes is just like, whoa, different than the boys. Totally different. We never had drama about picture day. But I know it's just starting. I know, y'all tell me it's just starting. And I know how I was too. Yeah, I was no peach. So I'm sure it's what I get. Right, Mom? If you're listening, this is what I get, right? Especially with the hair stuff. Oh, so yeah, I was kind of feeling like a failure a little bit last night with the hair situation because I didn't really know how to help her. But whatever happened overnight with her hair, she woke up this morning and I was like prepared for like more drama, and I got her up early and she didn't want to wake up, but she finally woke up and then she was like, okay. She's like, I just want to, hold on one second. Yeah. So this morning she woke up. I was like, oh, your hair looks so good. I just was starting, giving her compliments. And I was like, it looks like these big wavy beachy curls. She's like, can you take a picture of the back of my hair? I was like, do you know how to use a mirror to look at the back of your head? She's like, yeah, but I want you to take a picture. So I took a picture, but I made sure it all looked good before I took the picture, kind of fluffed it up a little bit. And she's like, okay. And that was it. I was like, woo, we dodged a bullet, y'all. There was no drama this morning, and she got to school on time and she was feeling good. Oh my gosh, y'all. It's something else. This girl's something else. Something else. What else? Okay, so tomorrow night, so let's see. Actually, the night that y'all are watching this will be Thursday. But tomorrow for me, it will be, the boys are going to be going to see Drake at a big American Airlines Center here in Dallas, in downtown Dallas. Not the best neighborhood. So we're kind of talking about like, I might be, dropping them off and picking them up. So we're kind of just talking about logistics right now, but it'll be Nate's first concert. So yeah, Nate's going. It was his birthday present. Nate's my 17-year-old, for those of you that are new, and then my 18-year-old Ryan is going with him. And then one of Nate's friends bought his ticket, and so he's going to go with them as well. I bought all the tickets, and then his friend paid me back. So they're super excited. I was going to give him a little bit of extra money for like merch, so he can get a shirt or something. But yeah. So Nate's doing good. He's working. He pulled back his hours to only the weekends. So he only works Saturdays now because weeknights were just not working. They were making him close and he wasn't getting home till like midnight, and school's more important. So I told him, I said, no, let's not do that, because we experienced that with Ryan when he was working at Cane's, and yeah, it's just not worth it. They're too tired the next day. So yeah, he's not getting as much money, but he's got a little bit built up from, all the hours he was working during the summer. So he's still at Bird Call, which is the name of the restaurant where he works. Still has the girlfriend, apparently. I do ask how she's doing every once in a while, but not too much. He did get his haircut on Sunday. I took him to go get a haircut before my live. He wanted me to go with him. And I was like, okay. So I drove him there, and he drives, but he wanted me to go with him for some reason. So we went, and it's shorter than he's had it in a very long time. So when he got home from school on Monday, I said, so anybody say anything about your haircut? He's like, yeah, they like it. He's like, I'm glad Mia likes it. And that's his girlfriend. I'm like, yeah, me too. Wouldn't that be awkward if she looked at you and said, I don't really like it. So I guess they're still good. I don't know. I try not to be too nosy, but all right. And for the Sunday for live, I'll let y'all know. I'll let you know if I'm going to go or if I'm not going to go. You'll get notifications somehow. So I'll just kind of play it by ear. I may take this Sunday off and maybe do like a pop-up live. We'll see. I'll see how I feel. Okay. So, thank y'all so much for, hanging out with me. Hopefully you got some work done, or whatever you did during this hour. Hopefully it was helpful. I really enjoyed catching up with you guys. Thank you for listening. Thank you for letting me vent and get a lot of things off my chest. Sometimes it's good just to talk it out. It really, really is. This is, again, free therapy for me. So thank y'all. And then you always give such great advice, great comments. But let me know how you are, and I hope you're doing okay. But I'm going to let y'all go. I love you so much. And on your way out, if y'all could give me a thumbs up, they really do help. And then if you have not subscribed, there's a subscribe button down below. It's absolutely free. So I'd love to have you part of my world. So go ahead and click that subscribe button. And then next to it is a notification bell. And if you click on that and click all, you'll be notified whenever I post up any new videos. All right, y'all. Have a great rest of your week. I love you again, and take care. And I'll talk to you in the next one. Okay. Bye, guys.